So now we'll talk about data governance structures. So data governance structures define how data governance is organized within an organization, outlining roles, responsibilities, relationships among stakeholders. A well-defined structure is crucial for effective data management, ensuring accountability, clarity, and alignment with business objectives. Now we'll see a detailed breakdown of the key elements and considerations of data governance structures. So first is key components of data governance structures. It has data governance council. I'll just give an overview of this, that this is a senior level committee responsible for setting the vision, strategy, and policies of data governance. Responsibilities includes establishing governance frameworks and policies, aligning data governance initiatives with organizational goals, reviewing, approving data governance metrics and KPIs. Now, what will be the composition of Data Governance Council? It basically includes executives from various departments such as IT, legal, compliance, finance, and business units. So I'll try to break down each of the component into four main things. First, the overview of that component. Second, I'll discuss about the responsibilities. Third, I'll discuss about the composition. So in these three things, I'll try to break down in each and every component. So the first component we discussed is Data Governance Council. As said, the overview will be, this is a senior level committee responsible for setting the vision, strategy, and policies for data governance. The responsibility of governance council will be establishing governance frameworks and policies, aligning data governance initiatives with organizational goals, and reviewing and approving data governance metrics and KPIs. The governance council will be comprised of executives from various departments such as IT, legal, compliance, finance, and business units. The second component is data steward. It basically means data stewards are individuals responsible for managing and overseeing specific data domains, example, customer data, financial data. The key responsibilities of data steward will be ensuring data quality and integrity within their domain, implementing data policies and standards, acting as a liaison between business units and data governance council. Now there are majorly two type of data stewards. First is business data stewards, which focus on data use and quality from a business perspective. And second is technical data stewards, which oversees technical aspects such as data architecture and storage. The third component is data owners. So these are responsible for specific data sets and their usage within the organization. Their responsibilities are defining who can access the data and under what conditions, ensuring compliance and relative regulations, making decisions regarding data retention and deletion. The last one is data users. Basically, those individuals who utilize the data in their operations, including analysts and data scientists and business users. Their responsibility will be following data governance policies and reporting data quality issues, understanding the context and appropriate use of data. So this is the basic understanding of all the four components of data governance structures. First is the Data Governance Council, basically a senior a senior level committee. Data stewards will be those who are responsible for managing and overseeing specific data domains. Data owners will be responsible for specific data sets within the organization, and data users will be who utilize data in their daily operation, which includes data analysts, data scientists, business users, etc. Now we'll talk about the organizational levels of data governance. So there are specifically three type of levels. First, strategic level, second is tactical level, and third one is operational level. So the strategic level will focus on high level decision making related to data governance. It has further two components like data governance council, executive sponsors who provide resources and support. The second one is the tactical level, which implement the strategic decisions made at the executive level. The components will be data stewardship teams, cross-functional teams for specific projects or initiatives. For example, it can be data quality improvement. The third one is the operational level, the day-to-day management of data and adherence to the governance policies. It comprises of data users implementing data governance practices, IT support for data management tools and processes. So as we can see, there is a hierarchy which is being followed. So on the top level, it is a strategic level. Then there's a tactical level, which is mainly focusing on the implementation part. And the third level is the bottommost level, which is the operational level, where all the data users are basically doing their day-to-day tasks. So it's a very easy thing which we can remember. So the strategic level, the tactical level, and the operational level. Now we'll move on to the frameworks for data governance structure. So there are 7 points which we are going to discuss in this. So the first model under the frameworks for data governance structures will be the centralized model. So in normal terms, a single central authority which manages all the data governance activities. So if all the data governance activities are being managed from a central department, central team or something, central authority, then it comes under the centralized model, as the name suggests also. It has few advantages that it has a clear accountability and decision making, consistent policies and procedures across the organization. Now, there can be few disadvantages also of the centralized model, like it can be slow to respond to local needs, may lead to bottlenecks in decision making. So, centralized model will be if a centralized authority is making all the data governance decisions and plans, so there will be uniformity in the decisions, but a same decision can be a good thing for one of the scenario, but in the second scenario it may not give that good results, because it may not be adhering to the local needs which is actually required. So it has both advantages and disadvantages. The second model comes as the decentralized model, which from the name suggests each business unit or department manages its own data governance processes. Again, the disadvantages of the previous model will be the advantages of this model, like flexibility and responsiveness to specific departmental needs, means it is adhering to the and it is catering to the local needs. Greater ownership of data quality and governance, but the disadvantages will be uniformity may be there or may not be there. So potential for inconsistent policy and practices, challenges in achieving organization-wide data quality standards. The third one will be the hybrid model. So it combines both elements of the centralized and decentralized models. So advantages can be as it balances consistency with flexibility. Central policies guide decentralized implementations, allowing for local adaptation. The disadvantages will be as it requires careful coordination to avoid conflicts, complexity in managing multiple governance practices. The next point is processes and policies, which we are going to discuss in data governance structures. So we have discussed three models. First is centralized model, second one is decentralized model, and third one is the hybrid model. So the most Effective can be hybrid model, but it will be the most complex of the among these three. Decentralized will be better in catering the local needs, but at the organization wide level, it may impose some uncertainties. At the same time, centralized model will be more aligned to the organizational uh, thing. Means if instruction is to be implemented throughout the organization, then centralized model will be a better option. But at the same time, if taking care of the local needs, it might not be there in the centralized model. So these were the three models in this. The next which we are going to discuss are the processes and policies. So effective data governance should include defined processes and policies that outline first data classification. Second one will be data quality management, access control, compliance, and risk management. So data classification is establishing categories for data based on sensitivity, compliance, and business value. Data quality management, so processes for assessing, monitoring, and improving data quality. The third is access control, so policies defining who has access to the what data and under what condition. Compliance and risk management, so ensuring adherence to relevant regulations and managing associated risks. So there are four processes and policies. First will be data classification, second is data quality management, third is access control, and fourth will be compliance and risk management. The fifth point is communication and collaboration. So there should be a communication plan. So establishing channels for disseminating data governance information across the organization. In layman terms, communicating the decisions throughout the organization, and collaboration tools like utilizing tools that facilitate collaboration among data governance stakeholders. For example, project management software and data catalogs. The next point which we are going to discuss is metrics and measurement. So establishing KPIs, key performance indicators to measure the effectiveness of the data governance structures such as data quality scores, compliance audit results, user satisfaction with data access and usability. The last point which we are going to discuss is challenges in data governance structures. So first it can be lack of clarity. We have already discussed cultural resistance. Now the third can be resource constraints or inadequate technology. So ambiguity in roles and responsibilities can lead to confusion. Employees may resist changes to data management practices. Resource constraints, limited budget, or staffing can hinder effective governance. Inadequate technology, so lack of appropriate tools can impede data governance initiatives. Now, to conclude this topic, so a well-defined data governance structure is essential for organizations to manage their data effectively. By establishing clear roles, responsibilities, and processes, organizations can enhance data quality, ensure compliance, and promote a culture of data stewardship. The choice of governance models may be centralized, decentralized, or hybrid. Basically, it should align with the organization's goals, culture, and operational needs, paving the way for a successful data governance initiative. Now we'll talk about data governance roles and responsibilities. So, data governance is a critical framework that ensures data is managed properly across an organization. So, it involves defining who can access the data, how it can be used, and how it should be maintained. So, below are the key roles and responsibilities typically involved in data governance. So, first is Data Governance Council, a strategic body that oversees the data governance program. Its responsibilities will be establishing overall data governance strategy and policies, define the vision and objectives for data management, allocate resources and budget for data governance initiatives, review and approve data governance frameworks and processes. So we can just think about our inverted triangle. So the first layer will be the data governance council. Basically, it will comprise of the high level executives and the senior most officials who are there in the strategic level decision making body sort of. Then comes the tactical level, as we have seen in the previous slides. So it contains of data steward. So the role of data stewards will be responsible for management and oversight of specific data domains. Its responsibilities will be ensuring data quality, integrity, and compliance within their own domain. Collaborate with data owners and users to define data standards. Monitor and report on data governance metrics. Facilitate training and awareness programs for data users. So first we have discussed the Data Governance Council. Second will be the Data Steward. Now coming to the data owner. So an individual or team is responsible for specific data sets. So the responsibilities will be defining access rights and permissions for data, ensuring data is accurate, complete, and secure, make decisions about data usage and retention, collaborate with data stewards to enforce data policies. So each of this level, or we can say everyone is linked. So data governance council will set up certain rules. Data steward will be responsible for the smaller sample space as compared to the governance council. Then data owner will be directly linked to the data stewards, means they are more specific to their own data sets. Then at the fourth number, it will come data architect. So basically, they'll be responsible for designing and management of data infrastructure. Responsibilities will be developing data models and architecture to support the governance, ensuring that data systems comply with data governance policies, optimizing data storage and retrieval processes, and liaising with IT to implement data governance tools. Now, data architect will be directly linked to the data quality analyst. So focusing on assessing and improving data quality. The responsibilities will be developing and implementing of the data quality metrics and benchmarks, conducting regular data quality assessments and audits, identifying data quality issues and propose remediation strategies, collaboration with data stewards to enhance data quality. Now, the sixth one will be the compliance officer. So the role of the compliance officer will be to ensure that data governance practices comply with regulations. So monitor compliance with data protection laws like GDPR, CCPA, conduct risk assessments related to data handling, develop and enforce data related compliance policies, train staff on compliance related to data governance practices. So first one was data governance council, then come data steward, then it was data owner, data architect, quality analyst, and compliance officer. Now on the last level, there will be business users. So who is actually utilizing the data? So employees who utilize data for decision making. So responsibilities would be adhering to all the rules and regulations and the policies and procedures which are developed at the strategic level, providing feedback on data quality and accessibility, report data issues or discrepancies to data stewards as they are the major stakeholders above the data users, participation in data governance training and initiative. The last will be the second last will be the IT and data management team. So the role of this team will be technical team that supports data governance infrastructure. The core responsibilities of this team would be the implementation of data governance tools and technologies, maintaining data security and access control, supporting data integration and migration efforts, providing technical support for data governance initiatives. Lastly, there will be the executive sponsor, so senior leadership that champions the data governance initiative. The responsibilities of this team would be the promotion of data governance as a strategic priority, providing executive support and sponsorship for data initiatives, facilitating cross-departmental collaboration and data governance on data governance. So key considerations for effective data governance would be communication. So clear communications of roles and responsibilities is crucial for effective data governance. Stakeholder management. So involving key stakeholders across the organization helps ensure buy-in and compliance. Continuous improvement. Data governance should evolve based on feedback and changing organizational needs. So by defining these roles and responsibilities, organizations can better manage their data assets, ensuring accuracy, security, and compliance throughout the data lifecycle. So basically here rules and responsibilities are clearly defined. The governance council knows that what is their exact role and responsibility. At the same time, data steward knows that what they are responsible for a specific data domains. Data owners knows their responsibility that they have to define the access rights and permissions for the data. They have to ensure that data is accurate, complete, and secure. They may have to make decisions about data usage and retention. Just like data architect has to define a proper has to design, and as because they are responsible for the designing and management of data infrastructure, so be they have to clear in their mind that what is their exact role and responsibility. Compliance officer is there to ensure that all the regulations are complied and all the laws are monitored and everything is in line with the processes. Business users has their own roles and responsibilities, that they are the ultimate sort of users, so they have to provide feedback time to time. The IT and data management team has to coordinate. The executive is sponsored there, so ultimately there is a senior leadership that champions the data governance initiative. So these are the clear roles and responsibilities defined for the data governance. In the next slide, we are going to discuss about the how data governance is established, what are the plans and procedures. We'll also discuss data stewardship and ownership in our next slide, along with data privacy and compliance. So that's all for this data governance roles and responsibilities.